Hi, welcome to another one of my techno rambles. This time I'm going to go through my technical setup as I promised last time, around a week ago. So let's get right into it. This won't be a technical one, so I'll be showing you my keys, my key presses. It should be visible in the bottom right corner right now. And let's get right into it. Again, we're back in Emacs. I'll be having all my presentations in Emacs. I will be going through these headings, these trees, these nodes, and I'll go through them one by one to give you some opinionated overview of my workflows, some history, and how I got to the current state of work that I currently am in. All right, so yeah, let's get right into it. Of course, for my hardware, I've uh, yeah mentioned in a lot of videos, like the last one, and there's also a technical review for this, a technical blog on this. I've got the Ryzen 7 Pro, 780U Pro chip in my ThinkPad X13 Gen 4 AMD. And GPUs, well, I'm not a gamer exactly. I'm a retro gamer. I'm more into CLI games, yeah, open source games. Nothing too GPU heavy, so I'll play a little bit of Zero ED, some terminal ATC controller, that sort of stuff, but never something too heavy on the GPU. Never too heavy on the GPUs. I do follow GPU intensive games via streams, but then I don't actually play them. So that's one thing to look out. So GPUs, I don't really care about them other than like high performance workloads. I was an A, I mean I'm an AI engineer partially, so I only know about GPUs in that sense. But when it comes to gaming and your local PC setup, I'm not much into them. I actually don't have a PC right now. I'm running Fedora. So yeah, it's not a PC anymore. That's nice. Well, for storage, I've got a 1 TB SSD NVMe and 32 gigs of RAM. I usually, whenever I have my own system, I make it a point to have my swap space at least larger than my RAM so that I can hibernate my system. But in this time, I did not do that. I haven't kept a soft space larger than 32 GBs because yeah, I felt like I don't think I shut down my laptop too much. Now I have a Chrome box as well where I have done this and I do hibernate it and carry it everywhere. So that's like not shutting it down anywhere. But then my laptop, I open it like too frequently for it to be hibernated, and that is the reason I haven't uh, yeah allotted a swap space. That is let's see how much is it. Yeah, it's around 8 gigs. And it's mostly free because like running out of 32 gigs is very difficult. So there's that. Uh, yeah. Well, for a network, the network card, that's the basic network card. I think it's Qualcomm. I'm not sure. And I also have a mobile broadband card because that's good in connectivity. You can just, I bought a compact machine. The X13 is around just 13.5 inches in like the diagonal. uh, so that I could write anywhere. And I mean, to write anywhere, you actually do not need an internet connection. But then I keep my works version controlled on Git in multiple places. So having a handy connection at all times without needing a hotspot or getting into a cafe is pretty convenient. So I think there's a vector driver. There are some issues with Fedora 40 and issues in the sense that when you suspend your laptop or when you restart, you might need to manually enable the drivers. We'll just have a look at that quickly. What sort of script do I run for that? Uh, yeah, yeah, MBI MCLI. So you have to enable the radio state to on. That's one thing that you might have to look into. I think I have linked to a blog about this in one of my technical reviews. Yeah, I've linked to a blog. So if you're someone who's buying a ThinkPad, this was for T14, but then also works for X13s. Uh, so good luck with that. It does work, but then it can be. slightly painful if you restart your machines too often, or even suspend them. But then, yeah, like a reboot and it is fine again. So, and it's pretty performant. I do not notice if I'm working on, yeah, like for whatever I do, it's not network heavy. It's mostly browsing, studying, taking notes, version control. So I'm not that network heavy in terms of my usage. So it's pretty handy having a mobile broadband. Let's move on. Yeah. Uh, for the software, as I already mentioned, I've got Fedora 40. Yeah. So Fedora 40 workstation, and also have the Security Lab add-on. I, I, I mean, okay. I want to like be sort of a full stack computer scientist in the future. So, I mean, I've done some AI, I've done some well, basic programming and everything. I'm a software engineer. I Yeah, cybersecurity is something that I don't know a lot of, so I have been messing around a little with the VMs and stuff. Fedora has its own security lab add-on that gives you a lot of tools. So that's pretty nice. And well, Fedora, I was convinced by it when I read a Reddit thread saying that it is the perfect mix of stability, bleeding edge, and yeah, just being very. I mean, I'm not it for being the user-friendly kind. I don't care about user-friendliness. I actually do like complexity. I feel like complexity is underrated. It allows you to do a lot of nice things compared to what simplicity limits you to. So I that is some esoteric thought that I have about complexity. Well, as the window manager, I'm using Sway. I used i3 window manager before on Debian on my home setup, and right now I'm on Wayland, so I've shifted to Sway, and it's been pretty smooth. I haven't customized it too much. It's all the green that you see is just CSS. Yeah, just some. There's Waybar. Yeah, the top thing that you see is Waybar, and there's some CSS out there. So no animations, anything like that. There is Sway FX if you're into animations, but then yeah, I don't care about those. So that's pretty fine. And for notifications and alarms as well, I use Mako. So for example, uh, yeah, there you see, there's a test message. So that's how I send out some notifications, and I also use this for alarms. So I do not like auditory alarms, so just a notification should be fine. What I do is I'll use some basic Unix philosophies and stuff. I'll probably, if I want to set an alarm for say 30 minutes, I'll just say sleep 18 and that sleeps for like 30 minutes, and then I move on to notify send. So until that sleep exits, the notify send won't be executed and work block over. And I send this in the background. So that's pretty much it. For now, for testing it out, let's just do 10 seconds. Yeah. And let's move back to what we want to do. Yeah. So work alarms, I use Miko for that. And I think I'll link it in the description. Uh, there you go. There's the notification. So let's push that out. That goes. Uh, okay, Emacs is my normal mode. I do use other software as well, uh, but then Emacs is my normal mode in terms of modal operating systems, if that's a word or anything like that. Uh, I mean, I've been a heavy Vim user for like 6 years now. By Vim user, I mean Vim bindings user, VI bindings user. Uh, and I also use them in Emacs. I was an evil Emacs user for around 4 years, and now I shifted to the Doom config. Yeah, I was on vanilla Emacs, so it was a pretty formative experience. I wouldn't recommend you get on Doom right away. I yeah, I would recommend say okay. I what I did personally was like have 18 months on Vim, then around 4 years on vanilla Emacs, and now okay, I know what's going on, so I don't care pretty much about if my bindings are like not tuned to myself. Okay, I work on a lot of servers, like a lot of servers that I do not administer, and there's a lot of switching around. So I try to keep my key bindings agnostic of my own personal environment. So the Doom config is pretty easy to set up, and it's and also I do not use any. There's a basic NeoVim config that I have that is there for one of my personal remote servers that I use it for work purposes. Uh, Other than that, I just use vanilla VI everywhere, and I am pretty quick with the key bindings as well. So that's a nice productivity boost to just know VI bindings and like be okay with all the shortcuts. And like by okay, I mean like know all the commands, know the I don't know, be sort of like I don't know, a little competent. I would not quite call myself proficient as of now in Vim or Emacs. That is a stretch. That is stretching it a little bit too much. But yeah, uh, yes. Try to make your environment agnostic of your own personal taste so that you can hit the ground running without any delays. That's one recommendation that I have. Emacs is again my normal mode. My presentations, my notes, my studying, my reading, all of it happens in Emacs. My research management, I have a Zotero plugin installed in my Firefox that just installs syncs my bibliography file with my Ogrom directory, and from there I think I use Citar. So Citar and Ogrom, uh, yeah, to manage my citations. So there's that. For the for the terminal emulator, I use console when I need to be a little uh, when the thing that I'm running is a little heavy on processing. So I think, and this is Foot. Foot is the default terminal emulator for Sway. It is CPU rendering based, and like a lot of your terminals, other than like the modern day terminals, are GPU accelerated. So I used to use Alacrity. I still use Alacrity on my home server. That is a Rust-based terminal, and that is GPU accelerated. Foot has been somewhat snappy and nice for like local purposes, but then I still resort to console, should I say? I'm not sure. Console. Yeah, whatever. I still rely on console for say switching into remote machines where I use Tmux because Foot does not support Tmux. There's that. And well, I would like to spend all of my time in Emacs, but then okay, one way you could do that is like the Emacs application framework, EAF. I'll link that in the description. But that, I mean, yeah, it was getting a little too bloated, I would say. So yeah, I moved away from that. I tried that for I don't know, half a week, maybe more, maybe like 2 days, and I did not quite enjoy that because Firefox is pretty handy, and well, uh, all my key bindings they extend to Sway now. My Emacs modifier is the meta key, of course, and my Sway modifier is the super key. So yeah, the super key, or like if you're using a Windows machine, that would be the Windows logo. That's the super key. Uh, so it's just another layer of uh, indirection when it comes to your modifier keys. So I'm pretty fine with the Sway and some extra things that I use. I think spending all of your time in Emacs might be possible one day. It might happen one day. There should be an Emacs OS. People already do it, but then there are some limitations to it. We'll get into that soon. Yes, we'll get into that soon. And well, in Firefox as well, I use Vim bindings. So VimMC is again a nice extension. I'll link it in the description. So, for example, I mean let's say let's go to Wikipedia. That's the best place. No, let's go to the Arch Wiki. I mean, I have been learning a lot from the Arch Wiki lately, and yeah. So the Arch Wiki is just in general a good place to learn about Linux, irrespective of the distro you use. So I have learned a lot from the Arch Wiki. I do read it again and again. What people say RTFM, read the quote unquote friendly manual, is a pretty good way to learn a lot of things. Yes. So for instance, in this okay, VimMC makes your browser modal. So right now I'm in normal mode. I can scroll around with J and K, if you can see in the keybind in the keys below. If I want to click a link, I go into follow mode by pressing an F, and that opens up a bunch of link hints. So for example, if I want to click on Arch Linux, the link right below the distribution subheading, I just click C, and that opens the web page. Now, there's a lot of other modes. I will not go into further details. For example, there's searching. So just your normal slash, and that puts into the search mode. Uh, let's search for, okay, there's modernity right in front of us. And let's see, it highlights us pretty conveniently for us. Modernity. Yeah, there you go. So, and you can just yank it with a Y. And also you can yank it with, okay, I did not yank that, I think. Did I yank that? I'm not sure. Okay, but then okay, a double Y yanks the link. So I've copied the link now. Yeah, there you go. There's the link. Okay. So there's that with VimMC. I do find it pretty handy, and I mean I do have a browser-based workflow. Anything that I use is mostly browser-based. So Spotify, my Teams. I mean, unfortunately, I do have to use Teams from time to time for corporate stuff, and Microsoft 365 as well. I mean, yeah, there's that. I do it on Firefox, like the browser, like with Vim, and like Outlook as well with Vim. So I mostly stay away from the mouse. I try to stay away from the mouse as much as possible. Even okay, even video. Okay, I am not a big. Uh, I'm not big on post production. So OBS is of course like how I shoot my videos, but then FFmpeg is something that I'm getting into lately. Uh, I'll link it to a tool called Editly. It allows you to edit your videos in a pretty neat manner with the CLI using FFmpeg. I am getting on that soon. I will have a video on that. Right now, this was in the queue, so I had this video first. This is not going to be edited by FFmpeg or Editly. I have used FFmpeg before to snip out some minor sections here and there. It is much faster than any of your video editors out there, and I just like not having the mouse in my hand. It's not that I hate the mouse or whatever. It's just that it's yeah, I hate the mouse. Well, I also am a one take man, so I mean I do feel like I need to have a healthy mix of being too lazy and being respectful of my audience. So I will start doing some post production with via CLI. I mean, there will still not be any fancy video editing. I'll probably section off my videos so that I can be more coherent over the sections in those sections, and I'll just snip them together. I'll just concat them together with Editly or FFmpeg, and I might even throw in some fancy animation like that does not cost me headspace, but then you as a viewer probably enjoy it a little more. We'll see that in the views and subscriptions, I feel like. Uh, yeah, I am really not heavy on this video editing. It's mostly going to be I don't know. I might even try to make it explicitly raw, even if I have to go out of my. I'm that kind of personality. That's odd. Right. So there's my software stack as of now. There are many more things that I do use. For example, this now is Sui Desktop Launcher. It can launch desktop and your CLI apps. Uh, for for uh, for process management, I use BTOP. BTOP is nice. It allows you to do a lot of things within a few keystrokes. For example, I would not shut down OBS right now, but then I do have a foot emulator running out there somewhere. Let's see, what should I close? I should not close Emacs. Uh, what should we close? What about Python process running? I'm not sure. Oh, Python might be the Sui desktop launch. I'm not sure. Okay. hmm Yeah, I not close anything for now. Or let's just start something to be closed. Let's just start the okay. I'll I'll start something to be closed. Sleep. What? Let's make it sleep for 100. Yeah. All right. let's put it in the background. There it goes in the background. Yeah. So I think it's out there. No, it's not here. Yeah. Let's go to the top. Huh. There should be a sleep somewhere here. You can search with F sleep. There you go. There's a sleep, and you can just kill it. I There you go. There's that. I do okay. I am also heavy on the Unix philosophy, so I do use a lot of CLI tools. For example, right now, this this keystrokes that you see is from WShow keys, and I am heavy on parallel. GNU-parallel is a very good utility. You should have a look at it. I mean, uh, I don't want updates. I don't want any updates right now. So let's put those out. Okay. Uh, yeah, some basic aliases, some basic bash scripting. I stay in bash. I haven't shifted to ZSH or ZSH because I want my skills to be agnostic and my habits to be agnostic of where I am. So bash is just universal. So I stick to bash. There is some customization that you might see just oh my bash with a theme add-on, nothing much. And I think this is the Lambda theme. Yeah, I'll again link to oh my bash as well. Uh, yeah. So there's wshow keys, a basic alias. And again, just to stop it, I have I'm okay, wshow keys and put it in the background and stop wshow. Just get the PID of wshow keys and kill them. I mean, if I do have multiple processes running, kill them all because why not? I might forget if something's running if I'm shooting a video or something. There's that. So, okay, I'll also link to Parallel. Parallel is a great utility. I have been using it a lot, especially in my remote work. A lot of processing. It really gives superpowers to the whole Unix philosophy. So, yeah, I think I will have a tutorial on Parallel sometime. It is it is something that was it is something that is very fun to work with and saves you a lot of time. And yeah, it does give you CLI superpowers. So there's that. Huh. Let's get on to what I do in my remote stuff. I do have a lot of headless Linuxes, if that's what it's called. Linuxes. Should I say Linuxes? Linux-based operating systems, a lot of headless ones at work that I have different projects going on. So there's mostly tmux plus NeoVim. Nothing too fancy. NeoVim does just one basic config that's around 200 lines long. Lua and Vim script combined. And tmux. Tmux is also not customized at all. Uh, yeah, I just want to be good with and good and quick and efficient with the default keystrokes so that I don't have to worry about porting my habits everywhere. Uh, and I also do have a home lab that is Debian based uh, and runs CasaOS, like a containerized workload. So this okay, the my colleague and my friend who sits beside me is yeah has a good blog on this. Uh, his blog and like his work is what inspired me to like have my own home server. So I'll link that blog as well in the description. Uh, you might find him in the comments sometime. His yeah, I'll link that description. So if you want to like be more thorough with your home lab endeavors, do check out the home lab show. Whenever I'm driving around for commute and stuff, I think it's around an hour a day of commute. So I do listen to the home lab show. Yes, they've got a website as well and uh, a website as well and a series on YouTube and Spotify. I listen to one on YouTube. So yeah, it's around regular 1 2 hour episodes, and they start from the basics of compute, storage, network, NAS, firewalls, Linux, all those sort of things, and go on till the advanced stuff too, so that you can really build a great home lab. If you're into this kind of stuff, I mean, okay, if you're the gaming PC kind, think of this as like, yeah, just having your own, uh, yeah, I mean, just a home lab. What else is there to say? So you might be interested in this as well. I have started from a basic Chrome box right now. It's around 512 gigs of storage plus 16 gigs of RAM and an i7, an old, I think fifth or sixth generation i7. Yes, there's that, and it's running Debian. So I'm running KDE there. Yeah, I'll get into desktop environments soon. Okay, I'm right now on Sway, right? So my the journey to Sway isn't a linear one. Okay, I checked out. Of course, everyone starts with the GNOME first. I found that to be too vanilla for me. Then I shifted to i3 Window Manager. I like that a lot. That is for X windowing system, so I use that on my home-based system. I shifted to KDE for my work laptop first, but then KDE Plasma, I was using KDE 6 or Plasma. That was giving me a lot of issues with dual screen setups, dual monitor setups, unlike multiple monitors. So it used to hang up on me anytime. So I shifted to SWI, uh, the i3 analog for Wayland, and it has been smooth sailing all along. It hasn't given me any issues. The level of configurability is amazing in terms of, yeah. I do not care about animations, effects, and that sort of stuff. I care about what my computer is actually doing, uh, not what it is showing to me. So there's that. So Sway definitely recommend if you are into the animations and stuff. Check out Sway FX. I'll link both in the description. So miscellaneous stuff, yeah. Uh, I do have a lot of things offloaded to CLI tools. Of course, in KDE, I used to use the GUI, the applets, and the taskbar and everything. But then right now, yeah, even for connecting to Bluetooth, I use Bluetooth CTL. Let's uh, let's have a quick look. Okay, so Bluetooth CTL just allows you to yeah, command your Bluetooth devices, connections, volumes, everything via the CLI. Have a look at it, and that's nice. And you can use NMCLI or NMTUI. I am an NMTUI person, so I have my Wi-Fi enabled right now, but then like the broadband disabled. Uh, the mobile broadband card disabled. So NMTUI is pretty handy. Uh, yeah, it's the move name. Yeah, you could do some basic stuff. So I am not going to edit connections right now because that might leak some information about me. Uh, yeah, NMCLI is of course the CLI version for network managers, like network manager's interface, and I do use that from time to time in scripts when I need to yeah, script something out. I haven't had to script out anything network related yet on my own laptop. Yeah, not that I remember. I haven't had to. There are no cron jobs, anything like that. There's no, yeah, no, nothing like that yet. But then I do it on remote servers. So yeah, I'm heavy on the CLI. I started out my proper uh, Linux journey with the CLI. I started out with WSL. So for a good year, I was on WSL. I did not, I had Linux on a VM with VirtualBox, but then I mean, I did not use that for like obvious reasons. Uh, okay, the obvious reasons being it was too slow and yeah, felt clunky. So WSL is a nice addition to Windows, I'd say. I think yeah, I do praise it. I mean, I do praise it from time to time. It is a pretty convenient thing out there. So if you're stuck on a Windows machine ever, just at least get WSL on it. It allows you, yeah, just at least get WSL is what I'll say. So again, CLI is of course my default go-to way of interacting with tools, and As I previously mentioned in the video, Emacs is my normal mode. So for the whole work setup, and it has been quite a nice time that I've had with Emacs. There was a time when I shifted back to just Vim, plain Vim, because I wanted to get into the Unix philosophy. I think I was missing out on a little. I had used Emacs for like 2 or 3 years then, and I wanted to uh, get good with pipelining and stuff. So that is pipelining and stuff as in like get intuitive with it, not just know them, just be able to use them in my daily workflows. So I just shifted to plain Tmux and Web for a while. You could say around a year. I learned a lot of things in there. So parallel, those sort of utilities, parallel, awk, grep, sed. I did learn about them in learn about them and actively use them in my workloads uh, in that period. So now that I'm back, I feel I'm comfortable with both Unix philosophy and well, the new philosophy is more GNU philosophy is more on the licensing part of software. But then let's just say the Emacs philosophy, not the GNU philosophy. Uh, yeah, the everything in one philosophy and the one thing does one thing well philosophy. I think I'm comfortable with both, so that's nice now. I can have a good discussion on both. Yeah, at a party or whenever. So if you're into these kind of things, uh, that's nice. Well, some history about how I got to this work setup. I was not aware of Unix-based systems until the age of 18. Of course, I was using Unix-based systems, Android and whatever have you, like your car, your washing machine, whatever, embedded systems. Yeah, before then as well. But then I was unaware of them. I let me alter. Yeah, I shifted to keyboard-based workflows when I was 19. So CLI, Vim, Tmux. That is why I'm actively okay. I was using VS Code before this. Yes. Okay, my IDE journey has been very funny. I started out with Atom, then I tried Sublime for a while. I tried okay, here's the funny part. I tried Visual Studio, the 20 GB install, that big thing as well. And then after a while I tried Visual Studio Code, and then I was not satisfied with any of them. I wanted efficiency. I wanted something more. So I shifted to Vim. Yeah, it took me around probably 2 or 3 weeks to get very, say, you could say, at the same level of efficiency that I was before in VS Code. But then the curve after that was very rapid, and my speed, my efficiency, yeah, the claim is not wrong that Vim allows you to edit at the speed of thought. So yes, there's a nice article by Bram Milner. Uh, he passed away a while ago. I did have a blog on him. Uh, just posting a document of his regarding editing text efficiently. I'll link that in the description again. Do check that out. I hope it inspires you to get into Vim, if not anything else. So there's that. At 19, I got into CLI Vim, like your command line interface, Vim, Tmux, being a heavy user of that, and that sort of stuff. Uh, in the summer of 2020, when I was 20, I think that was like May, around my birthday. I found out Emacs. Okay. My shift from Vim to Emacs is mostly inspired by Lisp. I was getting into configuring Vim, and I did not quite like Vim script. And of course, like anyone who's into Vim knows that something like Emacs exists. And there's always some curiosity as if there's a flame war, and if people think there's a contender to Vim, what is so good about it that they're having a war? So, well, I checked out what Emacs is all about, and I found out Lisp. Uh, Something that inspired me to choose Emacs over Vim is being able to, yeah, live in a Lisp machine. And what inspired me to get into Lisp is one of Paul Graham's essays. I think it's Beating the Averages. And I was reading a lot about I was reading a lot of those kind of blogs in those days, so I might not recall all the names right now. But then I heard a lot of good things about Lisp, and I was okay. I'm genuinely interested in computer science, so yes, I made the shift to Emacs in the summer of 2020. Okay, so I was pretty proficient with Vim then. It took me about 4 days of intense learning and like shifting my workloads to Emacs to be yeah, by 4 days I mean like 8 hours per day. So 10 hours per day. I was like just I went at it. I did not hold back. Huh. Yeah, took me around 4 days. So that was pretty intense. Shifting to Emacs, it was all worth it. And then like for the rest of the 40 days, I shifted all of my workloads to Emacs, my blogging, my projects, my presentations, all like the my write-ups, my yeah, everything in org mode, taking notes via org room. Yeah. Uh, I do not regret that summer. It it was pretty good. Well, the world hated that summer. I think it's COVID. Yeah, that's COVID. 2019, right? That's COVID. Yeah. This must be peak COVID. I'm not sure if I remember exactly. But yeah. Ah, that's when I picked up on Emacs and mostly, yeah, that is also when I picked up on blogging. Yeah, that is also when I picked up on blogging. So a lot of things happened pretty much. Okay, I picked up on blogging before I picked up on Emacs. Yes, yeah. A lot of things happened in COVID. I did learn a lot of things. So there's a lot of writing done. So that was nice. Uh, in 2022, I shifted from Vim to NeoVim because Emacs, all good as it is very bad for remote workloads. Because like Emacs tramp mode is very slow. I did give it a good try. I am a data science person, so there's a lot of Python and Jupyter Lab and that sort of stuff. So Tmux, NeoVim, uh, they fit in good into those sort of workloads. Emacs is good for its own things, but then nothing beats NeoVim plus Tmux when it comes to speed or remote workloads. And by speed, I mean not how the process operates, but then how efficiently you can get things done, get in and get out. It's surgical. Yeah. Emacs is like a wizard, I would say, but NeoVim plus Tmux feels like yeah, like a butterfly knife. So yes, there's that. You just enjoy the clicks and the flow that you get into when you're into web. There's that. I shifted from web to NeoVim in 2022. 2022. Yes. There was a while in between when I tried VS Code again uh, to see what it was up to. Yeah, it was up to no good. So I mean, I left it again. So yeah, I up until now, I mean, till 2023, I was using Windows for personal workloads, uh, Windows plus Linux. So at 2023, I removed Windows from my personal workloads, and I think in 2024, I removed Windows from my work workloads. So there we go. I am Windows free now. I do have Wine, and Wine is not a Windows emulator on Linux, but then I haven't used it yet. I, yeah, I haven't used it yet. So I'm still Windows free. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you liked this kind of discussion. I Yeah, this is a pretty lengthy one, 40 minutes. It's pretty long. Uh, do let me know in the comments how you like the new format. Do let me know if you'd like any topics to be elaborated upon. Like, share, subscribe if you want more content like this. It it encourages me to carve out more time for these things. I mean, I enjoy them personally as well, but then if I see people seeing value in them, that encourages me more. And see you in the next one. Uh, yeah, I'll probably also record a daydreams today, a D-Docs today, D-Docs 9, right? I mean, yeah, I'll stay true to my promise. I will have a weekly D-Docs for sure. Again, see you in the next one. This was Raj. Thanks again.